You say you want to follow God until the path He chooses rips you from everything safe, everything predictable, everything you thought He gave you just to keep you comfortable. And that's where Esther's story isn't just inspiring, it's offensive to your flesh, because she had a crown but no control, beauty but no guarantee, and favor that felt more like pressure than pleasure. Because what do you do when your breakthrough becomes your battleground? When the very place you're elevated is the very place your people are sentenced to die? You love the idea of being chosen until it costs you your silence. Until God asks you to step forward with no backup plan, no guarantee of survival. Only the terrifying invitation to trust that He sees the end from the beginning. And Romans 8:28 still holds. Even when everything around you screams danger, betrayal, risk. You want the anointing but not the assignment. You pray for influence but try to run from impact. You want the palace but not the pressure, the calling but not the cross. But what if the thing you're afraid of is the very place where God wants to release His power through you? What if your fear is actually a compass, not to run away, but to press in? Because Esther didn't have a prophecy, she had a decision: step in or stay silent. And God wasn't going to beg her to obey, because God doesn't manipulate obedience. He honors willingness, and some of you are waiting for a sign when God already gave you a position, a voice, a moment that may never come again. The danger wasn't in Haman's plot. It was in Esther's hesitation, and here's the hidden truth. Delay is a quiet form of disobedience, and some of you are quietly disobeying God while convincing yourself you're just being cautious. Esther didn't have time to calculate every outcome she had to move, because there's a window in the spirit where obedience births breakthrough, but hesitation lets the enemy build. What would you have done if your moment came dressed in risk? If your comfort zone was the very place others would die if you stayed in it? And don't think this is just ancient history, this is right now. You're not in your workplace, your church, your family, your generation by accident. There is no such thing as neutral ground when you're a child of God. Every environment you step into is either being transformed by your obedience or tolerating your silence. Esther's story is your wake-up call. Your life is not your own. Your silence doesn't just affect you, it leaves people in bondage. And the scariest part, God will still deliver His people, but you might miss your part in the miracle. That's what Mordecai warned. If you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise from another place. But you and your father's house will perish. Esther 4:14. In other words, God's purpose will go forward, but your participation is optional, and that's the sobering truth. We are not as indispensable as we think. We are vessels, not the source. God doesn't need us, but He chooses us. And in that choice is both honor and urgency, because every act of obedience you delay is an act of freedom someone else may never experience. What would you have done if you were Esther, knowing one wrong move could end it all? The real question is, what are you doing now? Because the same Spirit that filled her fills you. The same God who positioned her is positioning you. The same pressure is pressing in on you from every side, not to destroy you, but to reveal what's in you. And here's the powerful lesson. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called, and Esther was not raised in royalty. She was raised in captivity, but favor found her not because she was perfect, but because she was prepared to surrender. And maybe that's your story too. Maybe God has been preparing you in places you thought were punishment. Maybe the rejection, the isolation, the hidden seasons were not setbacks, but setups. Maybe you've been placed where you are not for your comfort, but for someone else's freedom, because your calling was never about your glory. It was always about God's kingdom. Esther's risk wasn't just political, it was prophetic. She risked her life to protect a promise. She stood in the gap between destruction and deliverance. And she didn't do it with a sword. She did it with surrender. She fasted. She prayed. She waited. Then she walked into the throne room uninvited, knowing full well she could die. But here's the mystery of divine courage. When you walk in with heaven behind you, no earthly power can deny you. The king extended the golden scepter not because he was merciful, but because God was sovereign. That's the power of obedience. It shifts atmospheres. It confuses enemies. It makes room for heaven to invade hell's agenda. And that's why the enemy wants you silent, afraid, distracted, because he knows what happens when you finally realize your life isn't about survival. It's about sacrifice. Esther's story isn't a fairy tale. It's a spiritual prototype. You are not called to comfort. You are called to war, not a war of flesh and blood, but of kingdoms, voices, spirits, altars, and your obedience is your weapon. Your risk is your worship. Your yes is the sound hell fears most. So what will you do when your moment comes? When the Spirit nudges you to speak up in that meeting, to confront that compromise, to pray for that stranger, to confess that sin, to lay down that dream, to step into that unknown calling. Because God is still looking for Esther's people who will fast when others feast, who will stand when others shrink, who will risk everything because they believe their God is able. And make no mistake, there will be pressure, there will be fear, there will be a voice that tells you it's not the right time, that you're not qualified, that you'll ruin everything. But obedience doesn't wait for permission from fear. It listens only for the whisper of God. And that's where miracles are born, not in ease, but in obedience. Esther didn't save her people because she had power. She saved them because she had courage. She said, "If I perish, I perish." And in that moment, she died to herself and came alive to her purpose. That's the real invitation of this story, not to admire Esther, but to become her, to live in such surrender that death is no longer the thing you fear most. To see your life as a seed, not a trophy. To trust that even if you lose everything, God is still good and His plans are still perfect. That's the faith that moves mountains, that silences accusers, that shakes thrones and breaks chains. And that's the faith you are being called into now. So what would you have done? Better yet, what will you do?